Hey, y'all. We here back with another episode of Chicago Blueprint. We got one of my favorite ladies in the building, Miss Tonya Burch.
Oh, yeah. With your foundation. Taking back our community in honor of Deontae Smith.
Yes.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
I grew up in the Inglewood community. I'm a retired cosmetology instructor for Pivot Point and Capri College. I always have worked with the youth in the community. My organization name is Taking Back Our Community in honor of Deontae Smith, in memory of loss of my son that was killed due to gun violence.
What year was this?
2009, August 1st, 2009.
Okay. So that was approximately, 17 years ago?
Yes.
Okay.
Man, time flies.
Yeah, I remember it too. Time fly.
Real fast.
Real
But
fast.
sometimes you can remember it like it just happened that moment.
Yeah, I already know.
Tell us a little bit about your program or your foundation, From Losses to Leadership. Is that the name of it?
From Losses Leadership?
Yeah.
That's part of what I do with Taking Back in Community in honor of Deontae Smith. Deontae used to always go back to the park district when he was too old to. I used to always sign him up in the park district.
Mhm.
So when he was too old to go back to the park, he went and he volunteered for a little
Volunteered.
while with the
Wow.
youth and helping the kids out.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
So a lot of time, like now, I'm in the park district. I try to help some of the youth that's in the park, some of the young females, some of the little guys.
You definitely in there. They need to give you a job up in there the way you up and down.
When Deontae was taken from you, what was going through your mind in those early days?
Oh, wow. I couldn't believe that it actually happened. And I just always questioning why him, because he wasn't a bad kid.
Mm-hmm.
He was always trying to help someone. If he wasn't giving away his stuff, he was helping somebody. And it was just like a lot of time I used to be like, why him?
Exactly.
Why did you have to take him? And then I was like, why I question God? Why not him?
Need that angel.
He needed that angel.
And he was a good angel.
And he was a good angel.
There you go. Yeah. When Deontae was growing up, what was he passionate about?
He liked to eat. He loved clothes.
That's all little boys.
He loved cars.
Uh-huh.
He told me when he was little one time that, Mom, when I get grown, I'm going to get my own car lot. I'm going to get you a red car. I'm going to buy you a red dress, and I'm going to have long pockets.
Red must be your favorite color.
No.
Oh, he just wants you to have red on.
And I kept saying, why red?
Right, exactly.
How did that moment change your direction in life? Of him,
Oh, a whole
passing?
lot. I tell some of the mothers now that I talk with, when Deontae died, it changed my whole look of life. Because when my mom died, I thought the world had ended.
Right.
But then when he died, I thought I died with him.
Mm.
So it changed a lot. And I know so many mothers, they say they kind of understand what I was saying and how they felt kind of the same way too. But I also have had some mothers that the pain was so bad, they died from it.
Right.
I'd have seen that too.
So it impact you. What I do to keep from trying to think about it so much, I just stay busy.
Busy.
I just stay busy.
Mm-hmm.
His case received a lot of attention from the media, like ABC and Chicago
CBS,
News and all of that.
WGN.
I complained a lot. Because when Deontae got killed, when you at the scene of the crime, they'll tell you, you need to do this, you need to do that. But then they don't follow back on it.
Right.
He died, the night he died, they don't tell you, well, you need to go to the morgue and identify his body and blah, blah, blah. They just say, someone going to contact you.
Exactly.
By 12 o'clock the next day, no one had contacted me or anything. So one of my cousins at the police, she was like, no, you got to go to the medical exam and identify his body and, a whole bunch of stuff that the parents go through when they lose their kid. But then I did that. And then it was like none of the detectives was reaching out to me to talk about the case, what's going on or any of that.
Mm-hmm.
So I started calling them.
Exactly.
So then when I wasn't getting feedback, I started complaining to other people. They was going through the same thing. No one, the detective not contacting them or anything. So then when I started going to like Father Flager and the news media and all that, now someone want to talk to me.
Now they want to reach out.
Now they want to reach out to me. So then after that died down for a little while, then they fell back. But me, I kept going. It was rude days, like I go into the police station, they'll tell me, well, did you have an appointment? No, I didn't have an appointment. Well, the detective you're trying to see, he in a meeting right now. Could you just have a seat? And this is how they talking to me.
Right.
So it's going to be a few minutes. I waited a whole hour. Nobody never called me back to the desk or anything. I said, hey, this is what happened. He's still in the meeting, blah, blah, blah. So I goes back to the desk and I said, I've been here an hour already. So how much longer I have to wait?
Exactly.
So then the detective finally called me up. Now he want to just give me some bull crap and then just push me off and send me out. I said, no, I want to know why this happened this night, why you didn't come see this situation, and why you didn't question this person. You know, just throwing out names.
Exactly.
And, well, Ms. Burch, what we can do, we're going to look into it and we'll call you back. Another week or so went back. No call.
No call.
So I just started going to the media people telling them this is what happened. They not doing that. They treat the parents that lost their kids like they're nothing.
Exactly.
When did you decide you weren't going to let Deontae's death just be another story or just become another statistic?
When people decided they didn't want to talk about it, or they come around and they didn't want me to talk about it, it's like, okay, it's done, it's over with, you need to move on.
Right.
And I said, no, it's not that easy because his case is still unsolved. He has a daughter and he's somebody.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, how did Taking Back Our Community first start?
I was volunteering at the park with the kids, and I thought about, oh, this is what Deontae used to do, you know, thinking about when he used to come and play the games and stuff with the kids and stuff like that, you know, just doing different activity with the kids. So I said, you know what, I'm just going to do this in memory of his name. And I started going up to the park, even though I was on the advisory council at one time at the park district. So I was on the board and stuff. And then when all that happened, I just kind of had fell back. And then I just went back to the park.
Okay.
So what we do with his organization, you know, mentor the kids if they need any help. If I can help them, I help. And I get like donation and stuff and help them. And just try to talk to the kids.
That's good stuff. You organized a Mother's Day brunch for mothers who lost loved ones to gun violence.
Yes.
Why was that important?
Okay, I did that because it's a lot of parents was telling me, you know, they did not like Mother's Day. And I was like that for a long time, you know, because I didn't want to go out for Mother's Day at all.
Why?
After the loss.
After the loss.
Oh, after the loss.
Right.
Okay, yeah, okay, I can see that.
Right.
I can see
so
that.
I just and the first time I actually went into a restaurant some years later from a restaurant, I started crying.
Mm.
And it seemed like I just couldn't shake that day. So I had stopped going out for a while. So then when I started talking to all the new mothers and they wanted to forget the holiday, they were saying people forget their kids, how people act around them, don't want to talk about their kids. And then if they have a conversation, if they bring up their child name, like for instance, like I said, well, Deontae with a such and such a, they didn't want you to say that. They want you to just move on.
Mm-hmm.
So with the Mother's Day event, I sent out invites for a lot of parents that lost their kids to violence.
So there'll be a lot of y'all going out now, huh?
No, you know what? I do it like a little brunch.
Okay.
And
so it'll be kind of a little intimate.
Right. And we cater the food. Okay. And they come, they sit, they eat. have like a little entertainment for them, little dancing and a little gift, a little token, give them a rose.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Gave them a charm with their child picture in the inside. We did earrings before with the child pictures in it. You know, little tokens of their kid, and they be so happy to see they have a token of their baby and you didn't forget their child.
Exactly.
For our viewers, just tell them this. Tell them, is this annually, and where could they come get involved with the Mother's Day brunch if they?
This is annually. It's at Ogden Park, 6500 South Racine. I usually post it or send out an invite. You have to register because you have to submit your child picture.
Okay. Cool.
And I also do one for Father's Day.
Oh, you ain't forget about us, huh?
Right. And I do Christmas with a Passion, sponsor a kid that lost sponsor a child that was lost to gun violence.
Okay.
So I send out letters and I ask people to sponsor a child that lost their father and or mother, whoever they lost the kid to, that might not be able to get anything for Christmas, and they make a wish list. They get to select up to 3 wishes, and someone sponsor them their wish list.
What kind of support do grieving families really need that society doesn't provide?
It's a mental thing, counseling, grief counseling, one-on-one talking to someone that have lost a loved one.
That has been through that experience,
Right.
Yeah.
And victim compensation, they actually give them free counseling, especially if they lost their child on the street.
Oh,
They get a
wow, we
whole
don't know
family
that.
counseling.
We need to get in contact because there's a lot of things that.
And I'm also the chairperson of Parent of Murdered Children. It's a national organization in 48 states.
Oh, wow.
We got Chief at the table. That's good stuff, though.
I'm the chairperson for Chicago chapter. And right now we're advocating we're trying to make a group that will go out and support parents that lost their kids to violence. That, like, it's a lady here now, and she don't have family. And her daughter came here to visit Chicago and got killed.
Oh, wow.
So she was killed, and she had called me and said that, do you all have an advocate group that support us at court?
And y'all came out and supported.
Yes.
That's good stuff that y'all doing and helping each other out.
And like parents like us, we know our beginning word and ending word. We can complete each other's sentences. We have that thought because we know how each other feeling when we lost our loved ones.
Most definitely. I can imagine y'all starting and finishing each other's sentences because y'all all on that same wave of what y'all done been through.
No, I was just saying everybody, like sometimes we have a meeting and everybody point out how their pain is and how they feeling and how do you feel. But it's like everybody always said the pain is always unbearable.
Unbearable, yeah. Oof. I can imagine. Just imagine. Yeah.
There was a song that was created in honor of Deontae. What does that mean for you and the family, and who created that song?
Actually, it was a poem I wrote when Deontae had first died. And when Chicago Symphony had contacted the parents, Yo-Yo Ma was doing a workshop.
Okay.
And he wanted some parents to make a song of their loved one. So
I remember that.
Right. And I the song I wrote, it was just like a poem. It was a poem and they turned it into a song.
Okay.
And then sometimes I listen to it, I was like, oh, I be in tears because I said it sounds so sad. So when I made one of Jay, which is Javier, I wanted to be more upbeat.
Okay.
Because if you notice when you saw the song, it was more upbeat.
Yeah. How important is it to keep their story alive through art and storytelling?
It's important to me because, like I said before, I look at it as they're gone, but their spirit is still here. And they shouldn't be forgotten. And And I always said, just say their name. Even if they're not here, they're still here in our hearts.
Mhm.
What do you want people to understand about lives behind these headlines?
That it's not easy. It's not a smooth trip. It take a while to get to a certain point that you can not cry. It's hard work, and I keep myself busy. It's been so many days that, and I can say this, but I didn't do it. That I didn't want to be here, and I know I'm not the first one because I heard it from so many other mothers that said the same thing.
Right.
So for me, helping somebody else and helping some other kids, it helps me.
Get through, yeah. I know how that could be. I can't say I know how that could be loss of a child. I can't even fathom that.
Let's talk about fixing the community.
Who that?
We're gonna talk about what the communities need fixing to help the communities out.
It's gonna take a whole lot. Everyone want to blame the police. I don't even blame the police on that totality of it's the police fault.
Mm-hmm.
It's the politician's fault. I think it's all within ourselves we need to do. Like back in the day, we see something, we say something.
Yep, well, your neighbor.
Your neighbor. Like the neighbor has the right to discipline you if you did something wrong, then took it to your parents and then told your parents you did it.
And
it wasn't abuse.
And then your parents discipline you too.
Right.
You get two of them.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, what do you think the city is still getting wrong when it's coming to stop violence in Chicago and they surrounding neighborhoods?
I don't think they're hearing the people out right completely.
Right.
I think they should, instead of behind the desk all the time, be more input with the people and discuss what needed to do. Like, I was with Pat Quinn, Anti-Violent Committee. He said, and he listened to us when he was governor.
Uh-huh.
Robin Kelly, I was on her committee. She said, and she listened to us, and then they created bills to help that sort of thing.
Right.
All of them not doing it.
All of them not doing it.
They just number crunching behind
Just
the
number
desk.
crunching behind.
What message do you want the young people to hear who feels trapped by the streets?
That is a way out, and they should be. They can help themselves. Listen to that inner feeling and saying, "This is not what I want to do. This is not what I want to happen to me out here in these streets." And just know that even though you feel that somebody else don't love you, love yourself, and other people will love you as well.
Exactly.
Stop listening to all that drill music.
Right.
Because
get your mind programmed.
Yeah, but the one thing about it is everybody has a gut feeling. You know when something's wrong.
You know when something wrong.
You get a gut feeling. I used to tell my kids all the time, if you get that feeling, that means you ain't supposed to be doing it. Don't do it.
Well, a lot of kids are influenced by peer pressure and what they see the rest of the masses are doing. It's like kind of a monkey see, monkey do world.
Yeah, it definitely is. If Deontae could speak to the youth of Chicago today, what do you think he would say?
Keep going, Mom.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Or she added again. Or was it for? Oh man, not again. Not again.
Kids.
But working with some of these kids, I have met some kids and they just seem like they just so under the weather, and I'll be like, it's okay to smile, try to lift them up and say,
yeah.
Right, you beautiful, you can do this,
Mm-hmm.
You the star, I just try to give them uplifting things. It's like this little guy now, he always come in and hug me because I be getting on him. I said, no, that's not what you should do. Don't do that. Do this. This the right way. That's the wrong way.
Exactly.
What's keep you going after everything you've been through?
Seeing the kids that I work with thrive and try to do better.
Smiling on their
Smiling and having fun.
Yeah. Being kids.
Some get mad with me sometimes.
Right. They gonna do that anyway. Yeah.
And the girls is getting worse than the boys, but you still got to tell them you love them and tell them it's okay not to do that.
Exactly. But I know it make your heart glow, see them smile and smirk though.
Right.
Yeah.
Then people be like, oh, why do all the boys act like you? They your favorite.
Right.
Because you a boy, Mom. You know how to deal with it.
Yeah.
You done adopted me. How can people support taking back our community? Tell them where they can find you and your social media platform.
Taking Back Our Community at yahoo.com, Taking Back Our Community at wix.com. I have a Facebook page, Taking Back Our Community, in honor of Deontae Smith. I have a phone number, 708-852-4271.
That's not for you old gentlemen out there trying to hit on my
But
mama.
mostly they can get me on my email quicker than that anyway.
They also, we have an annual picnic. Tell them about the picnic where they can come.
I have an annual picnic the first week of August. The first weekend of August, I do book supplies, book bags, food, music, bouncy house, games for the kids. And that's every year, the first weekend of August.
It's always a vibe too. Yeah. So yeah, Chicagoans, if you dealing with some of these issues, or your child has been a victim of any gun violence in Chicago, come and sit down and share your story with us. You know, Mom has gave you all the information to reach out. We would love to see you and hear your story. Anything else you want to say to the audience, Mom, before we get up out of here?
Yes. When you see a kid and you feel that they're not in a good situation, just reach out to them, hug them, tell them you love them, or tell them it's going to be okay.
Cool.
Yeah. So we appreciate you, Ms. Burch, for coming out and spreading your story to the community and people that's listening, and letting them know that you're doing good things in the neighborhood and for Chicago. And we're going to look forward to probably getting you back on Chicago Blueprint.
Thank you so much.
All right, we out.